Perfect Turd Podcast, episode 96, Lamar, The Old Ways.
What I would like to call the Mexican Exorcist.
Okay.
Hopefully that's not offensive. That's what I think this movie is.
Yeah.
Not a bad thing. It's just different. No offense to anybody who's Hispanic or Mexican. That's just how I saw this movie.
Right. Yep.
Yeah.
The movie is available to watch on Netflix and will be available on DVD as of October 12th.
Do people use DVDs anymore?
I do.
You're the one.
Great.
When's the last time I got a DVD?
Debbie Does Dallas. What was
Whoa. That's VHS, sir.
Oh, okay.
Don't. Those are way better, sir. What is Debbie Does Dallas again? It's a. See, I don't even remember old adult movies and porn. What is Debbie Does Dallas?
Well, I can tell you one thing. It's not the old ways.
It's not. Okay. There you go.
Well, it is actually, but never mind. It's not this movie, The Old Ways.
Oh, boy. Man.
Which, I guess run down the plot.
This journalist, she's from Mexico. She goes back to like her old village and she gets abducted. And they basically tell her, yeah, you have a demon in you and we need to get it out. And she's like, what?
Yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we need to get this out. And that's it.
So it's like her cousin, and I guess, who's the older lady? Is that her grandma, or is it just a lady from the village?
I want to say it's a lady from the village. She is a bruja.
Yeah.
The Mexican word for witch, the Spanish word for witch. So she's a bruja. Bruja.
Yep.
Yes. But not in a bad way.
So they start going through the whole like ritual and stuff, and it does have some unnerving little scenes here and there. I always find there's a good scene where they're kind of like digging into her body, and that's done well, kind of unnerving, you know.
Practical effects.
Yeah.
I always praise practical effects. Yes. Yeah.
Right. And I guess it's hard to watch any Exorcist type movie without comparing it to the original. But this being that, you know, the old ways, you know, the ancient Mexican rituals and stuff, it kind of brings something a little different to it, you know?
I do agree. I feel like, you know, and I guess we'll talk about this in our rating. I feel like this is one of like the movies you could like set up like, you know, different people go to Mexico and then they run into a bruja. But maybe one time it's like a party and then the bruja has to come in, or I don't know, they just moved to Mexico for some reason, or maybe they come across the border. This is a different take on things because it's not like in The Exorcist where you bring in a preacher. You have to bring in the bruja to do like a bunch of different things. So that's interesting to me.
Yeah. What I like about the original Exorcist and what I don't like about a lot of other exorcism movies, like this feels like it could be real in a sense. Like this is done, you know, and that the original Exorcist had that feel too. Like the priest comes and like this is a real ritual that people are doing somewhere. So I do like that sense of authenticity, you know.
Yeah, I don't think, was there a lot of CGI in this one, or was it like more practical, like makeup and stuff like that?
Here and there, I mean, the demon stuff had some CGI, but they did rely more on practical stuff and lighting and things. So
I was going to mention lighting because this movie not only reminded me of The Exorcist, it also reminded me of what they do like in Full Moon, or like, you know, really good filmmakers when they have like one just location.
Yeah.
They light it well, they give it personality, and so it seems lived in. And I think like, you know, that really saved the movie as well.
Yeah, it does have a vibe, right? Like the set design, it's really like they took the time. The bruja, like the makeup that they put on her looks real good. Like everything about that is like really well done.
You know, they didn't put in like they didn't do jump scares and that kind of crap.
Yeah, not too many, yeah.
Yeah, like there might be like one, but it's not like, you know, every time it's like,
yeah.
And, you know, we mentioned CGI. They didn't do too much, or it was shadowed enough. And that's the problem with like a lot of movies where it's like they make this big ass monster and it's like it looks fake rather than keep it in shadow and keep the mystery of it in shit.
Right. I was thinking, so the main character, like you said, she left her heritage. She went off, became a journalist. She has a drug problem.
Yes.
And then I was wondering if the demon was a metaphor for her problem.
I see. I took it as another way where like her drug problem was kind of like her guilt of kind of like leaving and shit like that, kind of.
Okay.
But you can take it that way. But it's not really because it's not. I won't say it's not explained. Of course, he has a drug problem, but it's just kind of like there,
Yeah.
and then it's gone.
Right.
Like nobody else knows about it. It's just like, oh, she does heroin. Meh.
Also, I had another little kind of overthought. I was doing the Lamar overthoughts.
Tell me. Let me hear it.
You know, they just kind of grab people and they tell them they have a demon in them. Is there a possibility within the plot like they don't actually have a demon in them, or are they putting demons in people, or you know?
Here's what happens, Joe. I'm gonna get onto this overthought. This is what happens. People take a little trip to Mexico. You meet somebody at the bar. You get a drink, and then all of a sudden you just pass out, and then you wake up in this weird cabin, and then people are just telling you you have a demon in you.
Yeah.
Got him. Like that's what it is, Joe. You just figured it out. All they have to do is just be like, well, you have to pay us like $100 to get the demon out of.
Throughout the movie, I was thinking, I was like, does she really have a demon in her, or are they doing something to her? You know?
I think you just wrote the sequel. What if that is the next Old Ways, where it's like they trick people into thinking like, or they actually put demons in them, and they have like, I don't know, a running thing. What's that movie called with Michael J. Fox? It's The Frighteners.
Oh yeah, The Frighteners, yeah.
Where he's scamming people
with the ghosts, yeah.
Yeah.
It almost seemed like that in some parts of it. So I don't know, which made it interesting. So I guess what are we rating it?
I mean, I will say this is not the greatest thing in the world, but I do think it's they need to, I feel like, follow this up. This could be a trend. 3.5. Let's do it. Mexican Exorcist, call it the old ways. You trick people into going to Mexico, put demons in them.
Yeah.
And then the Bruja just shows up, just getting them out of them. I like it. Yes.
I enjoyed it. I'm going 3 out of 5. I did enjoy it. It had some parts that lagged a little bit. And then towards the end, it really made a shift where it picked up. All kinds of stuff started happening. They could have leaned a little bit more towards that, in my opinion. But for the most part, what I liked about it more than anything was the vibe.
Yes.
Of the whole thing. We talked about that. The set design, the feeling, some of the little kind of, unsettling moments here and there. I thought it has a good vibe. So, is there anything left to say? Or are we wrapping this one up?
They're wrapping it up.
All right. Well, we're continuing our Halloween. We've done vampires. We've done ghosts. We've now done demons.
Oh, yeah.
We have to see what comes next.
I can't wait. I cannot freaking wait.
So what is there? I mean, we have like Frankenstein. We did werewolves last year. So.
Yeah, oh boy, did we. We did zombies.
Yeah, we always
before.
We've done a few zombies. It's got to be Frankenstein. Or mummies.
Frankenstein or mummies. Yeah. Those are our next two.
Well, let the people decide. Lamar, let us know in the comments section what the next one should be. Mummies, Frankenstein, something else.
But didn't they say something where mummies were racist or something like that? Because it's like an Egyptian thing. Like you're making fun of people's like burial rituals and stuff.
I don't know.
I don't know. Who knows?
How about the creature from the Black Lagoon?
Why couldn't it be the White Lagoon? Even though the White Lagoon sounds very weird and boring.
Yeah, White Lagoon. That oddly sounds more racist than calling it the Black
White Lagoon. What goes on in the White Lagoon? That sounds that sounds really racist.
That sounds like an MTV reality TV show or something.
Yeah, the White Lagoon.
The White Lagoon.
The White Lagoon.
Well, anyways, we'll figure it out. All right. Well, I guess that wraps this one up. The old ways. Peace.
Deuces.